What's going on, folks? It's me, the Artisan MC, and you have now embarked on the hero's journey. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. It looks slow. The Wi-Fi here is not the fastest, so everything is stuttering and sputtering, which I don't like. It makes for a shitty stream. Let's see what it looks like. This will undoubtedly be a really short stream because I can't deal with this shit. My God. All right, let's see what this is looking like on your end. Because on my end, everything is jitterbugging. Okay. Because on my end, everything is jitterbugging. Okay. Because on my end, everything is jitterbugging. So it's just a little delayed. Okay, that's fine. So what's going on, folks? Apparently, I have lost favor with the YouTube gods because there are only 2 people here at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Doesn't matter. It wasn't for the crowd. I did it because I had something to say. So I will get on with that. Shout out to Malika. What's good, Malika? I am in Reno, Nevada right now. Decided to get away for the weekend with work and stuff with my father going on. It was a good time to take a little bit of a break. I thought about it after being gone to Vegas. I was on vacation, right, for a week, which in effect wasn't really vacation because I was still waking up early playing in a tournament. And then I left there and went straight to Savannah to work for 2 weeks, which is not vacation because I'm still waking up early and working. So I never really had downtime except in the evenings when I wasn't working or wasn't playing in a tournament or watching an actual match. So in essence, I had vacation, but I didn't really have a vacation. So I still felt like I needed that. So I have time. I still have some, pay bonus from being in Savannah. So came up to Reno. It's a quick turnaround trip. I can get up here and then come back and get right back to it. So right after I finish this stream, I will jump on the road and descend the mountain back into California and have some fun. Put my laundry away. It's funny, I haven't been up here to Reno in probably 10 years. Probably more than that. Because I don't remember having my son the last time I was in Reno. I don't. And last time I was in Reno, I got caught up in a gang fight situation up here for Hot August Nights. And me and my homeboy at the time, we ended up getting face down in the middle of the street by cops with riot gear on, shotguns to the back of my head, dogs there in front of my hotel in the street. while I actually have a camcorder. This is how long ago it was. I have a camcorder in my hand because me and my buddy are up there for Hot August Nights to see some chicks. There's a fight, a little brawl going on down the street, not where we are, down the street where we can see. Police are there, out in the street. And this dickhead just wanted to put us face down the street because we're trying to walk across the street and go into our hotel. And it was a lot of cussing and a lot of yelling. We were like, dude, my room, I got my fucking room key in my hand. Stay the fuck down. Fucking stupid ass. And I remember looking, I'm down, face down on the pavement, camcorder in one hand, room key in the other. And I'm looking over my shoulder at this fucking dude, and I see him with that shotgun to the back of my head. I'm like, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? So that was about 5-6 minutes in the middle of the street in front of our hotel. I can look and see the entrance to our hotel and other guests in the hotel looking out there, looking at it like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Like, yeah, what the fuck is going on? Once we got up, they let us up. We're walking like, okay, you can go to your hotel, go straight to your hotel. I'm pissed off. This motherfucker, he says, Butch left. And the dog starts barking. He has German Shepherd. And I'm looking, I'm like, he's trying to scare us. I'm looking at this dude like, man, fuck you. Fuck you. I walked across the street. Me and my buddy walked across the street to our hotel, went to our room, and it was like, I'm never coming up to this motherfucker again. Absolutely never. I'm never coming at this bitch again. And so it has been, I swear to you, it has to have been about 20-some years since I've been up here. They've built up a lot more, but fuck you. That's like you're hearing, that's shit you don't forget. That is shit you don't forget that leaves a mark. I wasn't here a part of nobody's shit. I'm here to see lowriders and sexy chicks. I don't give a fuck about none of that other stuff that's going on. I don't even look like a gang member. I'm not wearing any colors. We coming from the opposite goddamn direction. Fuck you with all that shit. My buddy was like, he's never coming back. And I never said that, but by happenstance, I have never been back until just now. I bought my first gun up here. I have never been back. After that experience, I had never come back. So it has to have been about 20 years. Legit. Like, way to fuck up some shit. I've gone to Tahoe, which is nice, but I haven't been back to Reno. Like, fuck this place. I'll rather go to Vegas. I've been in Vegas multiple times. I've never had an interaction with cops whatsoever. You would think there's more of them around. Nothing. Damn, what's the chat dead? I see people in here, ninjas, but the chat is not moved 1 inch. That's disappointing. So I'm here. I'm gonna make this stream short because you got checkout times and shit. So I'm going to do this stream and then I'm going to get the hell out of here and get on that road wherever I may roam, like Metallica said. Malika said, how does it feel 20 years later? It's nicer. It's nicer. I went to a place to eat called The Peaks. Surprising. Very surprising. It's one of the only restaurants I've been in recently that the women get to be attractive. And they are in there walking around in, let's put it this way, ass out and titties on service. All of them. All of them. Like, the fuck? And there's families in there with kids. I'm like, They ain't prostitutes, but they ain't ugly either. It's a funny situation to be in. It's a funny situation to be in. So if you're curious about it, look it up online, The Peaks in Reno, and you'll see what the fuck I'm talking about. But let's not get off all in that. What up, Dad said? What's good with you? Said bump. Bump me up. Like me, man. I'm drinking green tea and ginger and doing what I love most. I'm at peace. Yeah, I hear you, Dad said. I hear you. That's what I did. That's what this is. This is just peace. This is just peace and quiet and being away. And I've had that Metallica song playing in my head for over a week or two, wherever I may roam, and thinking of the words in that song about it being him on the road and what he draws peace from, of being away and being able to travel and freely roam all over this bitch, whatever he fucking feels like. I like that idea. Freedom is not just an idea, can be a way of life. And I like that. I will say I listened to the Pink Floyd song you recommended, Dan said. The was it Consciously or Curiously Numb? And it came on while I was listening to some random music. I'm like, I'm liking the song. What is this song? And then there it was on there. It's like such and such numb. It's like, oh, this is the song Dead Set was comfortably numb. Yeah, this is the song Dead Set was talking about. I like this shit. Let's play it again. Run it back. So I have listened to it. It is on my like list, and I think I did drop it back in my shop of the Hero's Journey playlist, so I can actually listen to it again during the stream. But it's good. I just woke up. I haven't had coffee yet, so I'm looking forward to getting some coffee and chorizo and egg when I get on the road. But we can talk about some of this geek-related shit, because I can tell you I am a little bit happy in a sense that I do not have to watch another Alien Earth episode. I don't. Not this week. I don't have to watch another episode of that shit. And that's kind of a fucked up position to be in for somebody's show. Because, bruh, that show was a bit rough on me. And I found myself dreading it the more I was watching it. And by the last episode, it got woefully dumb. Now, I put the video up on Patreon. I put a couple of videos of Peacemaker up on Patreon. I believe I did 2 or 3 videos up on Patreon. And now on StreamYard, they have where you can put the QR code up here for the thing. So I just saw it today when I logged on. So I will put it up the next time I do a stream. It'll be up there so you can actually scan the QR code and go directly to the Patreon channel and see the videos. You have to be a patron to see it. But if you're not, you can just see the thumbnails. But those are where my watch-alongs and the reviews are, because it takes longer to edit the reviews for YouTube, because I have to set aside separate time to do that. And I haven't. I've been too busy. So it always hits there first, and then the YouTube drop is delayed. And on Alien Earth, it will be... I'll probably just drop that episode a week or a day for the people that didn't watch the damn show, just so it's out there, because I noticed a gap in the show that I've watched movies and recorded reviews that have not been put up. So, like I was asked yesterday, did I see the ballerina? Well, yeah, of course. They don't know that because the video's not up on the stream. It's not up on the channel. So I got to get back on board with getting that weekly drops in there. because YouTube has not been a priority for a while because I didn't think people would make me a priority. So I'm a mirror. I reflect. What up, Andre? Andre in there. Two Triv in here. What's good, Two Triv? My other show, The Terminal List, ended. I think it ended. That was a good show. That was a really good fucking show. I'm disappointed that more people weren't watching that show. That is really disappointing. What up, Dessa?
Greetings.
Greetings, fellow humans.
Always. Yeah. I
Greetings,
saw that you
brother.
dropped the. I decided to drop in because I saw you drop the link. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I dropped it early. I'm doing 2 hours and then I'm out.
Yeah.
I got to check out.
I feel you.
So what's going on with you?
Me and my partner, we are moving ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. We're starting this new channel called Dead Sets Danger Room. Yes.
You ain't got beastly nerd involved in that. That's fucked up.
Look, I'm trying to bring in people because my partner, he's texturing as we speak the Wolverine character that I designed.
Oh
And
wow.
Psylocke is already done, and like I said, we going full speed ahead with this.
Okay, well definitely drop a link in there for the channel. You got a wrench? Drop it in the chat so people can go to that shit and
Oh,
subscribe.
I hadn't created the channel yet, and
Oh, it's not true.
so,
Okay,
yeah,
but you're okay. I got you.
yeah. But the first one we're planning to drop it either Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Well, this week since it's Sunday,
Yeah,
and
Sunday.
yeah, and you know, I'm excited about it because I get number one, I get to display some of my best animated work and some of my best models and the newest stuff that I did. And
Nice.
number two, with Marvel Rivals being what it is, I get to offer my interpretation of what I think Wolverine looks like fighting.
Yes.
And we are going to get into a little bit of fan fiction because the videos are not going to be any longer than 5 minutes. So we're going short and with a hard punchline.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
Look at the original Clone Wars. That shit had punch for a couple minutes of animation.
Yeah.
That shit was
And
better than
so
the long form shit that they did.
yeah, but the goal is to spread it out as far and wide as we can because number one, it's not our IPs, so we know,
Right.
we just can't make money directly off of it. But for the artwork and the fan fiction, you
Mhm.
know, the goal is to bring in the stories of people like you who is like, yo, if we did this story and we could work it in,
Mhm.
you know, make it into a community thing instead of us up here and everybody else down here. We're trying to get into the fray.
Yeah, you can bring everybody in. You might have a good
Exactly.
story idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a better model. I mean, I think the fan base nowadays is such that everybody would want to put their spin on some things, so you can see different interpretations of it and not get overly bogged down with it, like we had to make that distinction last week about what's the difference between being in comics or being that it was in a comic or in comics. What that means, continuity and outside of it. Everybody likes a one shot.
Right.
Everybody likes a one shot. The one shots can be really fun, but it doesn't mean it takes away from the original material. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's just something we did over here and had some fun with, and now we're done. So yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, it's been good. So, hopefully we can get some, maybe some ad money or something like that. But,
Mhm.
we like I said, I had to drop back from the not safe for work stuff because Visa MasterCard acted a fool out there. They've been killing my income. So we're like, no, we can't do this anymore, bro.
Yeah, but even hardcore rappers understood we got to get some shit on the radio too. But we can get the hardcore stuff, but we got to make some shit for the radio, man, because that ad money come in. you,
If
you
I
can make
had my wish, though, if I really had my wish and the funding to do it, I would love to revive cross-gen comics and start with a negation and then rip it right off the
do
page
it.
straight into
Just
animation.
do that shit. I would love to see Oberon Kane show up again.
Man.
I would.
Hmm.
I'd love that cross gen universe. I'd love to see that brought forward and used. They could have made that shit live action, and I would have watched it.
Yeah.
Because at least for me, I always really enjoyed Meridian and Mystic too.
Right.
I would like to see stories like that with some females, not Mary suing it up, but
Hmm.
actually having some depth, some history with them, gaining some damn strength. Like
Yeah. I would love to see. I forgot the Saurian's name. The girl who was part of the negation group, because she was
um,
like, damn. I need to go back and read it.
yeah, I do too. That's what I'm thinking of. It.
Yeah.
What was her name? I
But you remember
was
when she would
blanking on
eat?
somebody's name yesterday. I'm like, Jesus Christ, age is grabbing me.
Yeah, she would eat and evolve. That was her greatest thing. So her look changed every time she ate somebody that she defeated.
Yes.
Yeah. So
There's
that,
some,
but what I really plan to do with this one is flesh out Psylocke's powers.
oh
So
yeah.
what it would look like for her to fight Wolverine, because she's got martial ability, but a
Hmm.
lot of people don't ever see her use things like her shields or how her telepathy would be, messing with his head while he's fighting her.
Hmm. Well, he's
So
fighting. Yeah, because one of the things I keep seeing that they do with Psylocke, even in the comic books, is that they keep mixing Psylocke up with Danny Moonstar, right?
yep. Hmm.
So they keep transferring her powers to look more like something that Moonstar would do, right? At one time, we mentioned the Fox movies, she had a whole whip. It's like that's not something
That's
she
not.
does. That's
Yeah.
not Psylocke's thing. Like I'll give her a psychic sword because she is telekinetic. I'll give her a sword,
Yeah.
right? The dagger in her hand is like you gotta have that, right?
Gotta have it.
But the crossbows and shit like that, that's Danny Moonstar. That's her
Hmm.
thing. That's what she does. She does bows and stuff. Like, okay, they just mix the characters together. Whatever the fuck. I always liked Psylocke when she had the Crimson Dawn, where
Yeah.
she um, do that shadow melding shit. That was awesome to me. That shit was awesome to me. Like, you don't need a ninja shadow melding, dude. You know,
No shadow
they already
meld.
sneaky. You don't need her popping in and out of shadows, man. Just like,
Bruh, I got that in there.
yeah,
Got the
thank you.
shadow meld. I got her scouting the place where Wolverine is using her astral projection.
Yep.
I mean, it starts like I said, it's hot, it's heavy, it's fast, and then it's out. Boom.
Nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's on my X-Men Kill Squad. She's one of the person that's on that squad.
Yeah.
I always like Psylocke. So yeah, I'll look forward to seeing that.
Yeah. And
And
there's
like I
always a
said,
lot of
Cross
fan
Gym
service.
was ahead of their time. Yeah, that's why
Hmm.
they got ruined.
Look, I really wanted to see the animated evenly getting her ass kicked by the detective because that was one of the best. That was a good fight. And then when she figured out that the girl was telepathic and she was like, Johnny, give me your power. And dude was like, hell no. So he
Yeah,
shot her beam and then the damn thing backfired on her because they were in the negation universe. I said,
yeah,
damn. And then
yeah.
Oberon came, he was egging her on. Say,
Yep.
hey, don't go easy on her.
But he was smart. He was not to me a traditional hero. He could have been a fucking villain.
Yeah,
Could have
he
been.
could have been. Mm.
But yeah, I got to read that again. I got to read that again. I got to read the negation again. Like that.
Yeah,
That was
because
good.
yeah, it ended on what was it? I got up to the Lawbringers, and the Lawbringers was
Mhm,
so badass.
mhm.
And I think it ended on book 4, the Lawbringers, and then we didn't see any more after that.
Yeah, I think I don't remember why CrossGen failed, but to me, from a reader's point of view, I think they expanded way too quick.
That's what happened.
It
Ran
blew
into
up
some.
to titles way too quick.
Hmm.
And every time I think of CrossGen, I think of the titles that I wasn't reading, like fucking Ruse and not Way of the Rat, but some one of them other ones. It's like, dude, I don't even know what this shit is about. This is way too far. This is
Hmm.
too many goddamn characters too quick. And that was like within a year or two. It's
Hmm.
like, Jesus, dude, can we just focus on the core ones that you got and flush that out? Because they had some good writers on the books and stuff like that.
Yeah,
The
they
art
did.
was solid. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling this, but each of these is a different world. Y'all expanding way too quick. Which shit I don't even want to read right now. I can't. Like, I'm waiting
Yeah,
for you
but
to
it
finish
was,
the other story.
and it was a great premise because it was the whole idea behind the sigils, and it was just
Hmm.
like, where did the sigils come from?
Hmm.
Why did these people get them?
Hmm.
And of course, the superhuman powers that came with it. But it was
Yep.
just like,
Upsetting the order that they were in for any planet.
yeah,
They were upsetting the order. Like, then you have the sigil bearers learning what they can do with those sigils and how each one of them works. Like, Jesus, dude. It's like,
yeah. I
that's
wanted to see where that intersected with the first, because remember, the first were not sigil bearers.
no.
They were just a godlike race.
Gods, yeah. They were like gods. It's like, what the fuck are you doing with this?
Hmm.
And with this, you could take out one of us? Oh, hell no. Oh, no. We need to kill y'all.
Exactly.
That was the whole thing. That them guys had gotten lazy and no energy was moving. And the actual guys came in there like, I'm bored.
Yep.
Let's mix this shit up a bit. Let's mix it up a bit. Get them off their ass. Them first got lazy, and let's get them off their asses.
Hmm.
Get them back in there and see what happens. Like, you couldn't have this. I got it. I don't know. Some weird dude touched me. I got this. Okay. Like,
Yeah. But that's
for
what I'm.
me,
That's what I'm.
what is it?
That's what I'm on right now, though. And
Nothing.
like I said, we want it to blow up. So, like I said, after the first video drop, um, maybe after video 3 or 4, because I'm looking at a 2 week turnaround. It's gonna
Mhm.
The way we got it formatted is we'll drop the video, then 2 days later, because we gotta play the algorithm. 2 days later, I'll do
Mhm.
an explanation, sort of like a how did I build this
Mhm.
behind the scenes,
The
and
how-to
then
video. Yeah.
yeah, and then after that, we're gonna do the live stream where people can just come in, and we want geeks come in and talk about it,
Nice.
and that way keep all that politics. If you're talking about all this BS that is outside of that, no, we ain't talking about that. We just talking about geek shit.
Yeah. I talked to my kids yesterday and on a conference call, but before that little conference call I had with my kids, I got a text message from my mother,
Hmm.
and she was telling me about her going down to Fresno and whatnot, doing some stuff with her friend because one of her friends is a friend of a friend is kind of brain dead or something. They're gonna be disconnecting her. So
Wow.
they asked one of her friends for help, and that friend asked her for help as well. So she's gonna go down with the other friend to give them a hand, right? But within that conversation, which sounds serious, right?
Hmm.
She throws in there at the end, oh, FYI, Trump is sending troops to Portland to um, something to ICE centers. Just love you want to know. I'm like, the fuck does this have to do with the important stuff? Why is this in here?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Was my daughter in Portland? God damn, she ain't stupid enough to be at no protest. Like,
Exactly.
I'm like, fucking hell. So when I talk to my kids, not what half hour or so later, I'm like, yeah, I got a text from grandma. I said, yeah, I got that shit too. She
Hmm.
texted me earlier and told me about Trump coming up there and saying, you not involved in none of that shit, baby? She said, no, I got more sense than that. I said, I fucking know. But you know, like, your grandma, she just loved dropping. She can't go through a conversation without, the TDS flipping out. Like, oh, fuck, we just talked about this. I don't need that in every conversation.
I get so tired of hearing about it.
Like, fucking hell, dude. Even if he was doing something really fucked up and I could see it, I wouldn't want to hear about it from y'all. Because it's just politics right now. It's so fucking stupid that it's in every conversation and it doesn't fit. Somebody's crowbarring that shit in there. I was like, this really doesn't relate. I
Hmm.
just want to get a coffee.
What bothers me the most about this political speak is, and I was having this discussion with my sister just yesterday. And I was like, all of this stuff that they're saying, is all doom and gloom. But
Mm-hmm.
we know that in actual life, there is so much generosity and consideration that people just show perfunctorily. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they don't even think about it. It's this an act of
Mm-hmm.
just dismissive kindness that just we don't even stop to even think about it or look at what's happening most of the time because we got this garbage inundating
Hmm.
our attention. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But like, it happens all the time. It's like 90% of the people out there are just like, oh, sorry about that. Let me hold the door open, but don't even think about it. You just do it.
Hmm.
Or, oh, you're okay. If somebody, just jumps in front of them and be like, oh, it ain't no big deal.
Yeah. It's to me, it's like you're saying, it's the doom and gloom, but it's the desire for a certain segment of the population to have this big, epic civil war amongst Americans and shit like that. Because Hollywood has been pushing this out and this idea for a while. Because I told you, I saw that shitty ass Civil War movie. I don't know why they made that shit, other than to depict them killing the president that they didn't like. I'm like, this shit is ridiculous, dude.
Hmm.
This is a dumbass fucking movie, and this is stupid. I was like, they just want this kind of turmoil so fucking bad. And trust me, you'd be the first one's gone. You'd be the first one's gone. No, we're supposed to be going that way getting him. We don't like you.
Yeah.
Because you would be the type of anarchist to create some shit like this and then forget like, oh, this fire burns everything, huh? Yes,
Hmm.
dumb fuck. But like I said, I think CrossGen was trying to keep up with Image, DC, and Marvel. That's why they were trying to push and put out so many titles. They're trying to catch up, but you got to run your race, man. You always have to run your race. You
Hmm.
can put out if you're putting out better content or good content, just run your fucking race.
Yeah.
The volume will come. Now look at my channel. If you look at my channel, how many videos are on my channel? It's
Hmm.
thousands of videos on my channel of shit I've reviewed over the
Hmm.
course of these years. I don't have subscriber numbers for that because I don't push out content on a daily basis like that. I don't. It's
Hmm.
once a week, so 52 weeks a year. You get content from me aside from additional stuff. Maybe I did a reaction or review to something I saw, but you get 52 live streams a year, if not more, because I have to, on rare opportunities, I have to do a second one or I have to shift it to another day. But that's what it is. It's 52 live streams a year. That's a lot of damn videos. There's a shitload of videos on there. More videos than some other people have with much larger channels. I'm
Hmm.
like, wow. So is it the quality or is it the quantity? Who's to say? Who's to say? But
I
you still
know.
got to run your race. I'm doing what I can do. This
Hmm.
is not my full time gig.
I know
So
some dudes like it was my partner showed me the Hulk versus Superman video
yeah.
that came out 7 years ago.
Mhm.
You see that dude, I think he puts out a video maybe a couple times a year, the guy who created that.
Mhm.
But he has got 156 million views on that one video.
Mhm.
And then, my partner knows the guy.
Okay.
And he said, yeah, he makes something like 80K a year on that video alone.
Jesus Christ. There's something people want to see. Is a hotly debated topic about who will win between the Superman and the Hulk.
Yeah.
So yes, it's reference. I don't
Hmm.
I don't necessarily do content like that because I spend a lot of time sitting there talking about shit.
Right.
Often repeated but not referenced. So it is what it is, man. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be the place where it's cool to steal from.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I do enjoy people who create those
Mhm.
types of products because number
Do.
one, they putting in work
Yep.
and they're doing what they love because the passion shows in that project. That dude was
Mhm.
into it.
When I just turned my phone on to check the stream, it came up with a video. It was a short, and it was a guy cosplaying a fight scene with Luke Skywalker fighting two separate. I don't know if they were Sith or what, but he was
Hmm.
fighting two people with one sword, and he is doing some good movements, and then he blocking blades with one hand. I was like, damn, this look badass. I gotta save this for later somehow. it's it's
Yeah.
in the way of what I'm trying to see, but that looks good. It
Hmm.
looked like a good set. It's like, is this somebody's real movie or what the fuck is that? Like that, it looked awesome. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It
I
is what it
think
is. I'm like say quality versus quantity of infinite debate. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth on it sometimes. It is what the hell it is.
Yeah. I don't like long fight scenes unless it's something like Rocky because you know you're going 12 rounds.
Mhm.
But you know, it's like the fight at the end of the Matrix did not like it, and you already know how I felt about Duel of Fates. I was like, that fight was way too long.
It could have trimmed off a little bit, but that fight was awesome. The fight with Neo and Smith at the end of the Matrix, I liked it. It did seem like it went on just a bit too long,
Hmm.
but I still see that as the Wachowskis trying to put their movie and their fight scene in a realm that nobody could copy.
Right.
They had the money, they had the backing to do it. So let's stretch this bar out on this shit so we can't get no copycats like we did with the Matrix. And that's all number two was, and that's all number three was. They did their stories, but they tried to stretch that shit out so people couldn't copy them. Because after the first Matrix, everybody was running around on doing wire fruit, wearing black leather, shit
Exactly.
like that. Even Charlie's Angels, stuff like. So I could see that being irritating to stylistically create something and put it out there, and like everybody likes it, but everybody's copying it at the same time too. It's like, dude, they copy Bullet Time and fucking Shrek,
Yeah.
and fucking Shrek. Like, so yeah, I can see that. It's like, you know what? We're gonna make this shit so expensive you can't copy it because we got the backing to do it right now. So
Hmm.
that's what I saw number two as. Made some shit so big that nobody could copy it. And then number three was the same thing.
Hmm.
CG feast. But it did get Warner Brothers off their ass to do another Superman movie. Because Neo made that shit look too cool, man. Like, yep, doing a Superman. Doing a Superman thing. Like, shit, we need to see that. He ain't wearing no red and blue. He ain't trunks on or not. He got on slacks, nigga. Slacks and
Right.
sunglasses and some nice Chelsea's or some shit.
Yeah. If that wasn't good guys were black, I don't know what was.
Yeah, exactly. Good guys wear black. How can you tell the good guys in the Matrix they got on sunglasses and wear black?
But that whole thing, that whole concept with for the Matrix was so isekai and so anime in its
Mm-hmm. Very
creation. It
much,
was just like,
very much anime.
hmm.
I think the Wachowskis in their early interviews talked about that because they had a big love for anime anyway,
Hmm.
and they're older, so they're Gen Xers, right? So I could see that feeding in there. That's why they went to Speed Racer so quick.
Yeah.
Speed Racer, Ninja Assassin, and stuff like that. These are all like anime, manga type of
Yeah.
situations. It was
And
not short.
I give them props for that because they do justice.
Mm-hmm. They
It's
try
like,
to, yeah.
yeah.
They really try to do that stuff justice. It's just when I looked at it later, especially after Resurrection, is that they have not made, there has not been an original property that they've made since The Matrix. Everything has been somebody else's story that they have come in and given the Hollywood treatment to. It's all somebody else's stuff. So outside of Bound, which I don't think was a book or anything like that, and The Matrix, who we know about Sophia Stewart, so we're like, okay, bro, Warner Brothers did get sued for a reason.
Yes, they did.
They got sued for a reason. You made a good movie, but we know where the actual source is, right?
Right.
The stuff after that was all other people's novels and other people's properties and IPs that they turned into movies. Because I love V for Vendetta, but they didn't write that shit. That was a
No.
comic.
Right.
That was a comic that existed before they made The Matrix. So
Hmm.
they just brought it to the screen in a way that was their style, which made people get more into. Damn, I never read that. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Should probably read it. It's a good comic. There's not a bunch of bullshit in comic books. It's not all for kids.
Talk about. I finally watched last night. I finished because I'm not even into this style of anime, but I don't know if you watch Madoka Magica.
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh, brother! Yeah, you think about magical girls. We know
Mhm.
about that genre,
Right.
but it was my nephew who told me about it, and I was like, I seen this everywhere, and I seen people talking about it, but I looked at it and I was like, the synopsis was just not my thing. But when they went into stuff like entropy and these chicks dying and then dying and turning into witches that they had to go and fight themselves, and
Damn.
it was it was incredible. I was like, this is the reason why I watch anime,
Yeah.
because
I
there's
like
always something unexpected there.
that's what makes it to me, and that's what I usually tell people who don't know much about anime. That's what makes it hard to pick an anime
Yeah.
because the title might not tell you shit about what's in it. The
Hmm.
synopsis might not give you enough. Like, okay, it sounds interesting. Why
Hmm.
are they in the old west? But they got robots and shit.
Exactly.
This shit is all mashed up together, man. I can remember trying to get my brother, who's not really into anime, trying to get him to watch Gungrave. And
Oh.
his main objection was that people start turning into monsters in that shit. And I'm
Hmm.
like, sort of. That's Orgmen. There's Orgmen that are made from like corpses and stuff like that. So see, you losing me there, bro. I'm like, it's kind of a mafia thing. You love mafia stuff. You would love this fucking story
Right.
about these two orphans. You love this shit. It's like, yeah, but I'll be doing the monsters and shit like that. Like, oh motherfucker.
And that's why I'll be
It's-
like, get out of your comfort zone and see what this actually is.
Mhm,
That's the reason why, like I always say, I'm into the darker stuff,
mhm.
because I get out of my comfort zone. I want to see what's under that rock.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you
you
know.
have to. You have to get out your comfort zone, or you will box yourself in a lot.
Hmm.
And you can dip your toe outside of it. It's okay. You can get back into it if you want to.
Hmm.
It's called a comfort zone, not a comfort world. Okay, it's a
Hmm.
zone. But think of it like the penalty box in hockey. Like you can get back in that bitch if you want to. You want to get back in the playpen with the crib with the nice, wooden bars and stuff. You can get back in there. You can climb back in there if you want to, but get out that bitch most of the time. Get out of there. You know what's here.
Yeah.
Explore a little bit further. You might learn something.
If we apply those rules to life, we it's clear to see that prejudice is born from people not getting out of the zone.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. I had a good conversation yesterday about that, and it was about racism in families and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and about how much that has to change. Because I heard a real fucked up comment from my cousin on Friday, and it kind of spun into to reliving some history, having this conversation. And for me, it was like Latinos and black folks, and thinking that black folks are mayates and stuff like that. And I said, well, that comes from a time where you could control, your women in a small town. But you came to America, and America has a lot of people in it. You can't pull that shit here. It doesn't work because they will have experiences with other people, and that will reframe the narrative that you give them that black is ugly and all the rest of that shit. That won't work. They'll be curious and good because I want that dumb shit to die. I really do.
Yeah.
Or I want to find your daughter. See if
Hmm.
she can get pregnant because we can make you change. The assimilation is happening, and we're not the Borg, nigga.
Yeah.
Some of that old shit gotta die. At least that closed minded thinking like that in the box ass thinking has to go. And it's just how much of it, how prevalent that is in certain people. It's just amazing to me that it perpetuates. So the shit I heard was, I don't know how you feel about it, but it happened to me. But my cousin, we were sharing pictures while I was at the hospital with my father. We were sharing pictures because she hadn't seen my kids in a while, and she's looking at my kids, and she's seeing my kids, and the people that they're with, their partners and stuff like that, and my grandbaby and stuff. And she said, my cousin made the comment, "You ain't gonna have no more black children." Well,
What?
no black grandkids. I'm like, the fuck? I didn't even answer that shit. I was pissed off.
Mm.
I'm like, this is not the time to cuss you out. But that was the shit I heard. Like, you ain't gonna have no more black children, grandkids or something like that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck like that. I like my children being happy and content, being treated with respect with whoever they are. Whoever they found to give that to them, that's their goddamn business.
Hmm.
But as far as I know, my grandchild, my children, they black because they came from me, and that ain't changing.
Agreed.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I often
that
remind
comment is
people.
like, oh, it's fucking close minded. That is some fucking close minded ass shit to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I often remind people the reason why I preferred having black children, it was
Mhm,
because of vanity. That's all it
mhm,
was. It ain't had nothing to do with anybody else. It's because of vanity. It's like, look, dude, I think I'm beautiful. And
mhm.
so, therefore, to replicate myself, I need to be with somebody who's close to what I call my level of beauty.
Yeah,
That was
my
it.
son, my son. If people have seen pictures of him, my son looks exactly like me. He looks like my twin. Like I shot him out straight out my nutsack.
Yes, sir.
Right? He looks just like me. My daughter. Everybody think, oh my god, your daughter is so beautiful. Yeah, I know she is,
Hmm.
but she's
And
mixed.
she is beautiful. I mean, you
Yeah,
put that
she's
picture up,
mixed.
I was like, oh, wow.
Daughter's beautiful. But she's mixed. Oh, I like her lips. I like her hair and stuff like that. Oh, she's so beautiful. Okay, well, you know you don't get these mixed babies from fucking the same people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like some inbred shit. So you love this, but you hate it at the same time. It's like it makes no sense. It's counterproductive. It is what it is. My family is what it is, and like I said, I got some of everything in my family.
Hmm.
Some of everything mixed with black in my family. Black and Latino, black and Japanese, black and Thai, black and Filipino. It's some black and some everything. White in my family. So we real mixed, motherfucker. We don't give a shit. It makes for some interesting parties. Okay. But we're not that damn close minded like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. I don't. Because I think one of the things I really love about humanity, and
Mhm.
um, I was sharing this on Twitter, that, what white people are complaining about, the nation turning white and that whole thing. I was like, dude, you pass on your genes, you're not disappearing. But the other part of to that, in my own thoughts, is I find it wonderful that you can take two people and then track their lineage through all the colors of the race, and you can choose to make it go black or white or look Asian just by breeding. I'm sitting back like, man, that's
The
some
part,
Bene Gesserit shit.
yeah, the parts are all interchangeable. And I think there was a sci-fi movie that I watched, right, and it was it's an old one. It's from the '90s. I think it's called A Moment in Time, where these aliens or something like that were coming to visit
Mm.
this place, and they were really weird. They were like tourists, and one of the things they did, they got into these alien ship and they start tracing something, and they weren't sure what it was that they were tracing. And what it ended up being was family lines.
Mm.
You know, tracing those family lines all the way back to see that these aliens were actually us. That's all we were. This is from breeding and family lines and stuff like that. This is what we became. And far enough in the future, you got time travel where you can come back and visit your ancient ancestors that don't know. Yeah, I'm your fucking relative from way in the future. But the ship's computer had all that information, so they can track it. Like, what are we looking at?
Hmm.
It's like birthing charts. Like it's a family tree. That's all it is. It's a fucking family tree. To me, that is amazing that you can track it through all of these stuff because all of these people have histories,
Yep.
and you can see if you can look through your family line. Some of these people did some really significant shit
Hmm.
in their time for who they were. Right? A lot of this stuff gets missed in your family sometimes because people don't want to talk about shit.
Yep.
But if you can get it, if it's chronicled somewhere, you can track it back. You can see all of that stuff. That's all part of you. It's all part of your history. What your family, what your line was able to produce. It didn't matter necessarily who was what color and stuff like that. That's the outside coating, man. Like it's like arguing over which M&M tastes the best. Like,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
like the green
Some
ones better
chocolate
than
on
the
the
yellow ones.
inside, the
Motherfucker, they all chocolate on the inside. Like,
yeah.
shut up. They got the same flavor, chocolate.
Mhm.
Nah, but I like them yellow ones. I can't have none of them yellow M&Ms. Fuck all
Oh
those.
yeah. Give me the chocolate ones.
Yeah, there you
When
go.
they came out with the white M&Ms, I was like, okay, give me some
Yeah,
caramel.
yeah, caramel. Fuck it. So that's how I look at it. It's like we all the same flavor of human down here.
Because
Parts are all
let's admit it,
interchangeable.
all those Reese's candies taste the damn same.
They do.
Hmm.
It's like I love Skittles. They say there's different flavors in there. Skittles just taste like sugar.
Exactly.
They just taste like sugar.
Taste that
I don't.
rainbow of sugar.
It's just the taste of rainbow. The rainbow tastes like sugar droplets. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you. But these are tropical. Okay. So they put a dab of tropical flavor on them, but they still sugar pellets. Like,
Look, one thing I know
yeah.
about Skittles is that number one, I can't just eat one of them. I got to eat
Nope.
several of them, and they got to
Nope.
stick to my teeth
They got to
so that I
stick.
can taste the flavor for an hour later.
You gotta have a gob of them motherfuckers in there, like that saliva, and they're like, "Oh, this
Hmm.
good yellow dye, man."
That's the reason why I don't even touch it. I don't even walk through the candy section anymore. It's just like, man, I ain't gonna
That
have
is
them
that
teeth.
is look. I don't have many vices.
Hmm.
Sugar and candy and sweets is one of them. I love that shit. I've loved that shit for a long time, dude. I fell in love when my mother used to give us $1 to go to the corner liquor store, and I would load up on Now and Laters and
Hmm.
Jolly Rancher sticks and shit like that, and I'd have a paper bag full of fucking candy. I'd eat the hell out of that shit. That was my happy place. It is what the fuck it is, man. Uh, you can't catch me smoking a lot. You can't catch me drinking a lot, but sweets can get fucked up. And seeing my pops, you got to have his snacks. I said, that's where the shit comes from, motherfucker. Like, I didn't even
Hmm.
grow up with you. You do the same shit. I need my bag of sweets. Like, the fuck you need
Look,
these fucking cupcakes in the hospital for, dude? You want a Kit Kat? What you eat a Kit Kat for? You can barely breathe.
yeah. Look,
Junk food prejudice, but like, yeah,
man.
I'm not prejudicial. No, I like my
One
candy.
thing I
I don't have
can't
to
get
have it all
enough.
the time, but man, it make it hard to pass sometimes. Like them
One thing
Jolly
I can't.
Ranchers over here, them apple Jolly Ranchers taste really good.
Hmm.
You get one of those.
One thing I can't get enough of, and this is one of my favorite pastimes, is to get some bitter coffee, usually dark
Mhm,
roast,
mhm.
and get some lemon heads.
Oh,
And you take the lemon heads, you put it in your mouth, and you drink the coffee.
oh.
Oh my gosh,
Ugh.
that is heaven.
I
I
might
don't
have
know
to
how
find me
people
some
do
lemon
that.
heads today because I ain't had my coffee yet. I might need to find me some lemon heads. I might need to find some lemon heads because
Yes.
I have not had coffee yet. I might need some
No
lemon.
sugar in the coffee, just bitter coffee and lemon heads. You put that
Black
lemon head
coffee
on
and
your
lemon heads.
tongue. Mm.
See, that's how you find flavors, man. That's how you find flavors.
Yeah.
That is exactly how you find flavors. What up, Dr. Rosie?
Hmm.
Saying good morning to the chat in here. What's good with you? Yeah, J3 like lemon head and black coffee.
Yes, sir.
Started some shit. Motherfuckers gonna be out there.
Yep.
Ain't fucking bad. No, that's how you find flavors that you like you
Hmm.
have to mix this. I don't know. Try it. See what happens.
Yeah. Just don't drink the coffee first. Put the lemon head on your tongue and then
Mhm.
put that coffee in your mouth and just whoosh it around. Man, those flavors just come
Come alive
bursting.
on your tongue. Yeah. See,
Yes.
see, I got some good whiskey yesterday that I tried, and that's what I got some 10 cup whiskey, the bourbon
Ooh.
whiskey, and I had a shot of that last night.
Mm.
That shit was all right. That
Mm.
shit was all right. I found myself in a wine store and on the whiskey aisle, and I'm just looking at the different whiskeys, and I came across a Jack Daniels Brian McLaren F1 Formula whiskey. I'm like, the fuck is that? Like,
Whoa.
I'm like, how did Jack Daniels and McLaren get together to make a Formula One whiskey? I was like, what is in that shit? Is it just jet fuel? Like, is it racing car gasoline? Like, what the fuck?
That sound like some moonshine.
Don't
Yeah.
it? Oh my god! It threw me off because I saw the box and I thought the box was a smaller bottle of Sinatra Select because it still had the same black and orange color. I said, "Oh, what is this, Sinatra?" And I turned that shit around and it said McLaren. I'm like, McLaren is a car company. What the fuck? What is this? What is this? Like,
Mm.
nope, they did a partnership. 2023. I'm like, oh, I wasn't
Wow.
expecting that to be here. I've never tried that before. I might have to taste it, but it's called Formula One. That shit might be fast.
Man,
That might hit you way too quick. I'm not sure.
they were running with that sponsorship, bro.
No shit. They sure
Hmm.
did. Reverend Self Destruct. Hell and holler. What's up, Rev? And the Beastly Nerd. What's good with you, Beast?
Hmm.
Um, Dan said, got a danger room, man. You need to swing through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's danger room.
Yeah, put some hair on your chest. You got damn right. They put some hair on your nipples.
Hmm.
like, like you feel it when it's going down. Like, yeah, it's not gentle. It's not gentle.
I want to pay homage to was I saw Godhood Comics animated thing come through my Facebook feed,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, "Yo, y'all doing it? Y'all doing it?" I got happy looking at that because I know those you. I learned about those brothers from you,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you had one of the guys on your stream when we were first talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did subscribe to them on Facebook, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
keeping track of what they were doing. And, they post pretty often, but when I saw the animation and how they were doing their characters, I was just like, yeah, throw your hands through the air, like, bruh, go
Go
for it. And I
for it.
even offered my voiceover service. It's like, dude, if you need somebody to do some voiceover,
Yeah, definitely.
you know,
That's why I like seeing black creators coming out with stuff because I know black creators have the creativity to make it,
mm-hmm,
and they'll have designs that don't fall into the same tried and true, big two model.
yeah,
You can get a different story, and I want to see that out there because you need more than two avenues. You just do.
mm-hmm,
In most things, you need more than two avenues. There is a tendency for two avenues to get locked down in the same bullshit, and now no good creative ideas are coming through. It's too easy to bar the gate that way.
mm-hmm,
No, you need to get your shit around, get your stuff out there, and trust me, I know people will support it because they love seeing that kind of shit, especially
yeah.
black creators do that shit.
Oh shoot. Oh, hold on, I gotta drop. That's my son calling.
Yep, I heard.
Okay.
No, no worries.
All right.
The seed calls. The Father will answer.
Hey, hey, Bubba.
Yeah, Dad said it's one of those dads. So I'm not worried about that at all. Talk to your child, please. I got to talk to my kids yesterday and was reminded that my son was going through his treatment because he has an autoimmune thing. So he's going through this treatment that is kind of like chemotherapy, and he is just wiped. He was wiped. He's just laying in the bed, and his spirit sounded really low. And I was talking to him because he had mentioned it to me, but he had mentioned it in a way that he was thinking about doing this thing. I was like, okay. I didn't know he had decided and had done it. So he had already been through the treatment. He's on to um, his recovery phase, where basically his immune system got knocked down to zero and trying to reset it. Right. So he is wiped strength wise. He couldn't even climb his stairs to his bedroom and stuff. So he's just been in the bed watching television. and stuff, but his spirits sound a little low. So when I talk to him, his sister know all about it, which is fine. Your siblings know everything that's going on with each other. That's fine. For two kids with different mothers, I love hearing that they are really tightly in contact like that. That's fine. I'm just the only one that's slow on the uptake. Um, but talking to him and letting him know, like, man, you need anything, let me know. I can help you. Say, yeah, I'm trying to get better at that. I said, son, we both do. We both do. I understand. It's fine. So just something. If I can do something, I will. You know that. Just let me know what you need. Don't be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I'm cleaning that boy's ass forever. It's like, come on, man. This is parenthood, and there's always looking after. Shout out to Michael Caine and the Weatherman for that line. Artisan, try Henry McKenna bourbon. It tastes like carrot cake. I like carrot cake. I do. Yeah, thank you, Malika. Two of the three McFadden men, or I said my government. Yeah, I was smart. Two of the three MCs are laid up right now. So I had to tell them because I hadn't told my son and daughter about their grandfather yet. But my father is in the hospital right now as well. And he wasn't doing too good last week. By the time I got to see him on Friday, he was doing better, but it is it's to the point that my sister and my cousins are talking about his end of life stuff, understanding what needs to happen and what his wishes and whatnot are, because it might be close. It might be pretty close. His COPD and his breathing is really fucked up. He had an infection as well as that, so he has fluid in his lungs and whatnot. And fighting off the infection at the same time, he can barely stand on his own, can barely walk far. So, and he's an ornery bastard. He is an ornery bastard with them nurses giving them motherfuckers hell in there. He get pissed. I've seen him be pissed. So, dealing with that shit, my sister is handling it really good right now. It's just, my father had everything planned out how he wanted it and stuff like that. So it's just them relaying that shit. But he is, excuse me, hooked up to a lot of machines and having to do a lot of breathing treatments to just be able to keep sucking air. So it was kind of tough to watch, sitting there with him, watching Top Gun. He had never seen Top Gun Maverick. I'm like, what? Pop. Pop. I have to give you the code. I don't know why you don't have the code to my Prime, so you can just watch this shit, because he like westerns and shit. But he hadn't seen Top Gun Maverick. I'm like, oh, it was an awesome sequel. So he wants to go home soon, but somebody's gonna have to stay with him if he goes home, and he's gonna need a new unit in his building because he cannot be on that third floor anymore. He can't. He cannot. He can't make that walk to the elevator. So I'm looking at a lot of stuff, motorized scooters and stuff like that. He's not fat. He's just a tall dude, but his breathing is not there. So it's tough. I can't help but sit there with him and think, this is where I'll be. I could be this could be my future sometime soon. I have my own breathing issues. And then I talked to my son yesterday and found out he laid up too. It's like, well, fuck, both two of the three is laid up. These are the MC men. These are the MC men of this line. Two of them is laid up right now. So it's an interesting week. You can see why a brother need to get away, at least for a little bit. Get on the road with myself. You know what? Yeah, Rev. I do believe Maverick is on Prime. Apparently, this is breakfast. Okay, having too much phlegm. Oh, it's like it's cold. It's sunny outside, but the air conditioning in here blows really cold. So I know what to take away that damn phlegm in the throat. 80 proof. That'll do it. Rosie said, I'll drink. Would you let me get my bottle? Whiskey on tap. Oh, does the chest good. Clean you out. Reverend says, salutations and cheers. Yeah. Slanja. He said, just finished up your drinking. Sunday, she was blessing the heathens. Phone beeping. Anyway. So that was some personal stuff that was going on, but I know you guys know about my pops and what he's been dealing with. And I can't say that I know everything that's going on, what he's dealing with, but I am understanding what the situation is and just figuring out my role in it. It was also my grandfather's birthday yesterday. And my mother texted me and reminded me of that yesterday my grandfather would have been 91 years old. Would have been 91 years old. And he passed under dubious circumstances last year. And the family has been in some turmoil after that, with people not being able to grieve because the wife is a crazy bitch. And I say dubious circumstances because I know what I believe happened, and how this person is behaving seems like that's exactly what happened. So it's interesting that a year later, my father is close to. So I almost called my uncle. My oldest uncle, and asked him how he was dealing with this shit and what advice he could actually give me through possibly going through this with my father. Now, my uncle may not be through with the grieving process all the way because it's still just within a year. So I didn't want to have him backtracking emotionally for progress that he had made. But also, I can say I didn't grow up with my father, but I know my father. I did have some time in my adulthood living with my father to where he knows my daughter and she has some time. living with him and interacting with him on a regular basis. So I'm pretty sure I'll be okay because that's been the nature of our relationship of not seeing each other all the time, not talking all the time. But there's something about that family line that bothers me. And I kept thinking about this. I thought before that the punishment for not being a necessarily good man or human was your family line dying off. And that's kind of the reason I don't believe in, I don't overly believe in step parenting because it does, especially for the man, because it does not perpetuate your family line. It doesn't. Your family line needs to be perpetuated. Your lineage needs to be gone forward. Yes, you can pour teachings and everything else into somebody, but you need to pass on your name. That needs to go forward. And I'm thinking about it now, dealing with my father, is that there's 3 male MCs left in the world. It's my father, it's me, it's my son. My father passes, there's 2. And another time it could just be 1. My son doesn't have any sons. He has a daughter. So let's just say through the course of 50 years, that could be it for the MCs. For all we were or were not, that could be it. Yes, I have a daughter. Yes, he has a daughter. Yes, that understanding is there. But it can't be perpetuated forward. So in some ways it makes me seem like, do I need to be a 50-year-old fucking father? Need another boy to round this out. Should I have had a bunch of boys? I had what I had. That's just it. So it puts me in a different little headspace of thinking about stuff like that. On what perpetuates after you. Where is your lineage going? I don't discount the females. I don't. My sister, my daughter, my granddaughter. I don't discount them at all. But it's a little different thing having an MC male. It's a little different. And that could be gone. So, excuse me. These are the thoughts of men when they think lineage in children. It's not about child support and housing and shit like that. It's bigger than that for us. We don't care about that part. That's why we can just willingly just like, yeah, take this fucking money and shut the hell up. We're thinking about our legacy, our lineage. In some other cultures, your family line is all that was important. Perpetuating that as far out into the future as possible is all that was important. And the importance wasn't about having a bunch of babies. It was about having a bunch of sons so you can perpetuate your line and stretch it out further and further into the future, because without that, it does die out. So, interesting thoughts this week. Stuff good for a long drive to think about while you're listening to music and looking at pine trees and mountain peaks that will soon be covered with snow. It's good. Like I said, I'm with you, young brother. I'm saying I'm with you. My younger brother and I are the last of the me Bain men. We're both unmarried and have no children. I'm 54. He's 47. Yeah, that's what that means. That if the two of you go to, I'm not putting any pressure on y'all. You live your life the way you want it, but this is just, it's just brass tacks and the truth, right? If the two of you never have children, by the time you go, that's it for the me Bain men. That's it. There will be no others. There's not, we can skip a generation and start over again. No, that will be it. It will be done. Sobering. Sober thoughts. But a Sunday. Now is all that matters. The presence is the gift. Sometimes the only gift. That's what most people think. But in the fullness of time, there were many presents. Presently, we're sitting here having this conversation online, right? September 29th, 28th, whatever the fuck the date is, 28th, 9:30. Presently, we're having this time. Next week at this time, it will be the present for that time, but it will be a new present than what is happening right now. Does it make that coming future any less important than the time you are right now? No. It just means you need to be accountable in this present for what's happening right now, but understanding that if you survive this day, there will be something else. There will be something else. The world will not end in the next hour. And in the event that the world does not end in the next hour, something needs to be there. You plan for the future. Yes, you must live in the present tense, but you have to have your sights set on the future. I was having this part of a conversation yesterday where it was women are more present oriented because women have the ability to look back more. They're more tied into the spiritual world. They can look back. It's not their job to try to be fortune tellers. There's very few women that can do that. But it is the man's job to be that fortune teller because he uses more analytical skills to predict the future. So that is why the two of you are supposed to work together, because one can tell you what's going to happen in the future from predicting and from being out in the world. And one can tell you what happened in the past from being tied in with the spirits and shit. That's how you get it. Reverend Self-Destruct. I've never had you up here before, so I'm going to try this, but if it goes bad, you will get dropped down. What up, Rev?
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings.
Hey, yeah, it's my first time finding your channel.
Oh,
Uh,
how'd you find it? I'm always interested what algorithms I pop up on.
right here on the front page. I'm like,
Really?
am I subscribed to this guy? I'm like, huh. What was that? What was I typing? I was typing. I wouldn't say predicting necessarily, but building future,
Mhm.
right? And so the two do come together.
Yep.
And man, I've not disagreed with any single thing you've said. You know.
Really? Interesting.
Well, I did say I would grab a drink, and I just have a tiny bit.
Oh, you got some Jaeger, though. Jesus.
If you see,
You got the Jaeger.
I
Okay.
have more than some.
He's had more than
Cheers,
some.
cheers to you and the chat.
Cheers. I got my
And this
bourbon
is
whiskey.
this is a I don't know. Yeah, first time just hanging out. Completely random, right?
Mhm.
What? I guess it's your tags, or maybe the hero's journey, right?
Mhm.
And let me ask you about that title. But first, the tags. Your tag, artist and MC, right?
Mhm.
And then Alien Earth. So
Mhm.
far, I really like Alien Earth.
Did
And
you?
then what is Geek Elite? Yeah.
Geek Elite is my joke at geeks being elitist, right? At the time that
Fair.
I was starting my channel, that everybody had their own little groups, right? Everybody had their own little
Yes.
groups. And I am a geek, and I believe being a geek is more communal than, sectioned off, and just you just have these different tiers of people that are more better than you. I don't believe in that shit. So I like the oxymoron of it. Is the geek elite, and that if you're here and we're in this place having this conversation about geekdom and stuff like that, you are elite because you're having this conversation because you care about this shit. It's not just a monetary thing for you. It's not just how you make money. It is actually something that you love and care about and is a part of yourself. So how I represent to the world, I don't wear Punisher shirts because the
Yeah.
Punisher was cool. This is an
Oh,
old ass fucking
notice
shirt.
that.
This is an old shirt. I
It
have
looks
many Punisher
well
shirts.
worn.
Yeah, I have many of them. I
Yeah.
didn't just
I
randomly
love it.
buy it one day. So
Yeah.
that's what it
Or
is.
buy it on eBay, like, oh, this is worn. This is vintage.
Yeah,
It's got all
they just
it's got
came.
all these
They
cracks
just
in
came
it.
out with a movie. I'm gonna buy a shirt. No, no. The background picture that you can see right here. This
Hmm.
is the comic shop that I used to work in and I used to own. And this was
Very
my
nice.
home from the time I was junior high school, seventh, eighth grade,
Mm.
until the last 3 years. So a geek is who I am. That's how I identify myself, what I love. And
You do know what the word geek, I don't know, I don't know, is defined as, or
mhm.
whatever, is
It
a
used to
person who
be,
bites the head off of chickens or something. Or,
yeah, it used to be
so
geek was like the carnival kind of guy. It was the weird
right,
guy who would do weird
right.
tricks at the carnival, right? Now, there was an actor, Harry Anderson, who used to do Night Court, and he did a stand up comedy show about what geek performing was. And he would do a trick where he would take this hat pin, this big, and stick it through his arm right in front of
Mm,
everybody, right? And he would show them that once the trick was done and they could touch his arm, there were no holes or anything like that, even though it was bleeding and everything. And he said that
mm,
was a geek trick. Now, common term of geek, geek is somebody that is into comic books, video games, and stuff like
yeah,
that. It gets mixed up nowadays because most people call that a nerd.
yeah.
It's not. A nerd and a geek is completely different. They're just close to the same, but they're different. And the easiest way to describe it is Big Bang Theory. Most people see those people as nerds. Oh, those are geeks. They're not geeks. Those are fucking nerds because most of those people on that show have PhDs and they work real jobs.
Those
Geeks
are actors.
sometimes,
Those are characters. No,
yeah,
but no,
geeks
I
sometimes,
like your differentiation.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a differentiation, right?
I
Um,
only mention this because I heard Shane Davis, of Batman, Superman, Earth One, and his own books, right? Shane
mhm.
Davis. I heard him say, just mention how he doesn't like being called a geek. He just kind of railing, spiraling off.
Mhm.
It's carnival connotation,
That's one connotation for it.
yeah.
Like
I mean, it's what you make of it, right?
it can
And
be. I
I
mean,
completely agree.
yeah, it can be. I mean, for me, a geek is somebody who is into this culture and is not. Most geeks are not don't have to be necessarily super smart. They are smart, but they don't have to be super smart. Nerds are more people who are more academically minded. Geeks are more culture minded. That's
Mm,
the plain and simple definition of it. Because you could be a comic book geek forever, but never have a
right,
PhD in anything. But there are people that
right.
do have PhDs that really love comics and stuff like that. But academically, they excel. That makes them nerds, and it's okay.
Mm,
So common
like that.
tongue people mix up comic book geek or comic book nerd at the same time, and they think nerd is the same thing. I don't see it that way. It's not the same thing. I am a nerd in some things. I'm a geek at a lot of things. It's just what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But there's a difference, even though they overlap a lot.
Okay. Do you know who this fella is right here? This big fella.
It looks like Bane. It's not a clear picture because it's further back for me, but it looks
Yeah.
like Bane. It looks like Bane.
It's Pitt.
Is it Pitt?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can see Ripley muscles, but I can't see the face clear, so it's fine. I remember Pitt, Image Comics.
Yeah. I barely remember so many comics because I was so young,
Mhm.
right? And we would just trade whatever. Oh, you got this, just trade, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, Del Keown is having a Pit poster campaign. Oh, yeah, let me pick one up. It's kind of a vague memory of what would you say, nerding or geeking out?
Geek it out. Whatever you use.
Take
I
me
just
way
call it.
back,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was thinking a while back, like, I was thinking earlier, a while back, I had probably about a long box and a half, right, of
Mhm.
comics that I just gave away, here's so and so, give this to your grandkids, right? Get or all this stuff all at once, right?
Right.
And I don't have any regrets about it because it's something someone else got to enjoy at least for a moment, and I don't really put a value on all this stuff. I have a box of all these indie things over here, and I'm like, wow, yeah, this has cost a lot compared to what stuff in the past would.
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow any of the modern indie stuff now, but maybe you've come across it, which has possibly formulated some of your opinion on nerddom and geekdom, right? Like, I think you have the right of it.
I would think that the independent stuff
The geek
now,
elite is what I mean, right?
the independent stuff that I would see now, since I closed the shop, I don't buy or mess with a lot of comic books nowadays. But the independent stuff that I see now is needed. It was needed 10 years ago, but it's coming. It's coming slower, but because you can get out and produce your own books a lot easier now, that its time has come for it to be the mainstay of people's ideas of
I
what
agree.
comics can be, and stop look at indie comics as just the cheaper knockoff version of what Marvel or DC is doing. No,
Yeah.
the independent book you can get a really decent story out of it and some really good art, and all the channels, like I said, all the gates can't be blocked by two people. You just can't anymore. You can go into Black Sands, hood comics, like
I agree.
my friend was talking about a minute ago. There's a lot of indie producers out there because there's a lot of voices who love this stuff, who
Oh,
can write it.
tons,
Tons.
and I follow, well, some. I don't want to say quite a few, right? But I follow some, and I really like what I see. Um, but that said, I have so many things that I've bought and still haven't gotten around to reading. I'm like, oh man, I got,
Consume,
I
but
got,
not read.
I got to catch up. Wait, did you say consume? I do not
Consume, but not read.
consume. Do not consume uh, books, but no. So there was a campaign for $20 for a catch up tier, right?
Mhm.
Indie book. I'm like, oh, this guy seems interesting, and the story seems pretty good, right? And it was the second book, but they had already published 4 or 5,
Mhm.
and I said, yeah, let me grab the catch up tier, but the digital, because the physical, I'm like, I have too many I need to minimize what I have at this point, right? Still.
Mhm.
So let me just get the digital. Oh, it's only $20 or $25, right?
Mhm.
They send me a 4.93 gigabyte file of, 5-6 books, and most of them are over 100 pages, and I'm like, wow.
Damn.
And I would try to do little write-ups, just on what Twitter allows you to type in there, just clarify. And I'm like, how do I word this about even the first book? Like, I don't know. This is a very complex book. It's
Right. How do you reduce it down to just so many characters, so many
but
words? Like,
see, I could do that with so many things, but um shout out Godfo Universe. Um, um, I've been allowed to pull up any of their books if you would like, but I don't know. I think my computer is kind of crapping out right now.
no, I don't have that much time left on this stream because I do have to check out of this hotel. But I can say we had this conversation last week about books and managing your collections and whatnot. And I might have 15 to 17 long boxes of comics,
Oh man.
all read. I read all of them, right? Because I didn't put it in there until I read it. So I'm buying a lot of comics in bulk and just sitting down for a day and just reading comics. And I can say that after a point, I would buy the stories that I really liked. I'd buy hardcover trades of it. And I would put the hardcover trades on the shelf. That way I didn't have to go back to the individual issues as much anymore. And that if I wanted to share that story with grandchild or my children or something like that, I would give them the hardcover instead of pulling out the old single issue, because the single issue is where the value is. The hardcover, it'll last longer. It'll sit on the shelf better. It's
Sure.
not as much care and maintenance as it is with a single issue, because even with a single issue, if it's not slab, eventually you're going to have to go back in there and change that board and stuff because the ink will leak.
Yeah.
Everything you'll have to change it. You just will. And that's an undertaking. When you're working in a shop and you see somebody coming in buying like 6 stacks of bags and boards, it's like, oh, changing out your comics, huh?
Oh man.
Time to repackage those. Huh? Like, yeah, it's been a while. Like, that's the
Okay,
upkeep.
to sidetrack from that, you have Alien Earth tagged over here.
Yep.
What do you think? What's your take on that so far? So far,
My
I,
take
I
on
think
Alien
I think
Earth
I'm missing one episode to catch up or something.
is it the last episode? Or
Is it? Is it?
I don't know. 8 is the finale. So it just
Oh,
ended last week. So if that's the
oh,
episode
yeah.
you're missing, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Don't spoil it for me. Thank you.
Okay, I don't do spoilers over here. I review shows and stuff, but I don't spoil anything. I let
Yeah.
people have their own experience watching it. But my impression of Alien Earth is I was really interested to see the show from the trailers. It had a good premise to me. I wanted to see how it worked. And having watched the show, these are the smartest dumb people I have ever seen on television. It became absolutely irritating to watch the show
Yes.
because certain things went on too long. It's the biggest example of squandered potential that I have seen recently.
Hmm.
It's like, damn, dude, why did they even do this? The fact that it kind of messes up canon for the Alien movies itself so much by trying to cram so much of the other movies into this series to do it themselves, but the series itself happens chronologically before any of this other stuff happens. It's like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
part? Who doesn't understand timelines? Like,
See,
you
I'm
can't have
not
this happen
perfectly
now.
clear on the Alien timeline. Somebody was explaining to me a few hours ago. Not explaining, but they were telling me, or they were just mentioning. It was an artist drawing an alien, and xenomorph, right? And
Right.
he was saying, doesn't this kind of rewrite, the fourth movie? Or
Mhm.
like, wait, which one was the fourth? I'm like, am I
Resurrection.
like, yes, I am missing. Yes, I am missing. Yeah, so I did bookmark it right afterwards, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I just rewatched the first one. I'm gonna get to the rest of them, but yeah, you're completely on the mark about which way did you phrase it? The dumbest group of smart people or the
Yeah.
smartest group of dumb
The
people?
ton of smart
Either
people.
way, I guess,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Either way, it
And
works because they make some of the most idiotic mistakes for people who are supposed to be really smart I've ever seen. I've
and
ever
are
seen.
you including the producers and such in that as well?
Might as well. They
Yeah,
made the show. They
right.
made the show. I mean, producing the
They made the
show,
show. They created the characters. They articulated
and I
possibly each
like Noah
action.
Hawley. I like his writing, right? But I don't know what happened on this show. Some parts seemed really good. Other parts was like really shit,
Mm,
and it just ends up being the whole case with how the aliens and the xenomorphs end up on Earth, what was
mm,
going on inside Weyland Yutani, how
mm,
Weyland Yutani got handled, how Prodigy is operating. It's like there's interesting concepts and ideas here,
yes,
but at different points in here, you have people doing absolutely the dumbest fucking things you would ever see.
very messy.
Too smart to be this goddamn dumb. For even synthetic people, too fucking stupid. Like Jesus Christ,
Oh,
what is this? How did this happen? It's
okay.
like
You
if
don't have to spoil this bit, but if you want to tease on the edge,
mhm,
what is his name? Timothy Oliphant's
yeah,
synthetic character, right?
yeah,
I
Kirsch,
think that's Kirsch,
yeah,
right?
Kirsch.
Okay. Yeah. I think he's really well played, and that's probably the
Yes,
great actor for that specific role, that character
hmm,
in that role
right,
of disconnected, synthetic, right?
hmm,
Um, I mean, kind of like stuff from Alien One, where he's disconnected, but he has his primary goal,
right.
right?
Ash,
So
yeah,
yes, um, God, I forget that actor's name, but he's brilliant.
mm,
Um, anyways, so I see a lot of really good stuff just laid out, kind of just trickled, but uh, and I don't know, but I see this really great episode. I think the fifth episode, which was nearly almost like a whole Alien movie itself, right?
right. The backstory,
Um, kind of like that. And unlike you, I was not interested at all when someone pulled up the trailer.
right.
I'm like, oh God, another thing. But once I got into the first two episodes, like the first one, I'm like, I'll watch the second one, like a 3 episode rule or something, right?
Right.
Second one, okay, I'll watch. Okay, I'm getting into it a little bit. And I'll watch the third one, and okay, it's pretty goofy. Peter Pan type, all this stuff, and uh, I don't know how I feel about some of this stuff. I don't need to feel any way necessarily, other than entertained.
Mhm.
But
That's what was not happening. I was not entertained. By the third
no,
episode,
it,
I
it's
was kind of done with the adults acting like children thing because for me they weren't acting like their right ages. They were
yeah,
the ages that they were supposed to be like preteens, teenagers. They
yes,
were acting like 5 and 6 year olds, and I'm like, that's
yeah,
bothering the shit out of me because that's not apparently whoever wrote this didn't never had children because they don't understand how children act. That's not the
I get it.
behavior of a 12-year-old. That's the behavior of a 4-year-old. It's not making any goddamn sense. Like that was really wearing on me for a while, and it didn't get better. It didn't. It just became a plot device to have them in dumb situations.
Yes, yeah,
Like,
I really think so. And I think that's what they planned on doing.
mm,
That's why they planned on having them dumb but smart. but dumb synthetic. Yeah, let's. Well, they're not synthetics. They're like
They're
it's
hybrids. It's like, oh, so they should be smarter.
it's an
Yeah,
awkward as hell translation. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like you said. Well, preteens or teenagers or whatever, and then they're maybe something screwed up. And is that what we have to assume? Like maybe something screwed up in the process and just de-aged them, like mentally.
yeah, like they were all on the spectrum at one point or something.
Very possibly. But
it ended up being a hard watch, and I found myself by the last 2 episodes of the series really forcing myself to watch it. I wasn't looking forward to watching it.
Yeah,
I'm just doing it like I have to see what happens next because I'm going to have to talk about it. So let me just go ahead and watch this, and not going into it with any sense of, wow, this is exciting. I really want to know what's going on because trust me, at the time, I watch a lot of series at the same time. So I'm watching Alien Earth, I'm watching Peacemaker, I'm watching Terminal List, Dark Wolf, and then I'm catching up on Foundation Season 3. So I'm watching some good shows in there. This one and Peacemaker were the most questionable ones that I was watching. I wasn't feeling entertained when watching it. I was watching it and having more questions on why the hell did he do this.
Right. Yeah. Briefly. Guy says what up in the chat. Briefly. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about Peacemaker? I have not watched this at all.
Oh,
and
wow.
I noticed that your channel has that you have 1.3K videos. That's very impressive, sir.
Peacemaker first season was really good. I really enjoyed it. Okay. Peacemaker coming out of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad movie, he was an interesting character. John Cena really surprised me, especially when he got into doing the series. He surprised me with his acting. I was like, damn, he could actually be a decent actor. Okay, I'm down. So the first season of the show was good. The second season, I was looking forward to it, and I have been getting
oh man,
shocked and awed at some of the stuff. Like, why are you doing this way? This storyline is stupid. You could drop this. Can we get to this important part that you say it actually leads into Superman in some sense? I'm waiting to see the connective tissue. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
This is just it's like a frat boy having the parents are out of town and he's throwing a party in the house. Like, okay, maybe this is too much of a good thing. Maybe it's too much gun. Maybe you do need a leash on you a little bit and not the way you will want it. Maybe you do need a leash because I can't watch this second season and wholly say that this is the same dude that gave me Guardians 3. This is the same guy that gave me Guardians 1, which I thought were really good.
Right.
It's like just total, almost depraved in some ways. Like, come on, man.
Right.
A whole fucking orgy. Jesus Christ. Like, come on. I'm a grown up and I'm still like, I don't see what else necessary.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I've got you. What about Superman?
What about Superman? I'm tired of talking about Superman. It's a Superman for a new generation. It is the millennial Gen Z Superman because they love it. And that's fine. Love it. I didn't love it. I don't like my Superman being that emotional and what I seem to be out of control, unhinged. Christopher Reeves was my Superman, so that's just what it is. I'm that damn old. So
that's what my father, I don't know, put me on to when I was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing. Well, let's say Henry Cavill had a few. So I had watched. I had turned off Superman when Green Lantern put the mittens on the kaiju and said, "I put mittens on the kaiju." And so I turned it off. I said, "Oh my gosh, I don't know. I need to be in a different headspace to watch." You know what I'm saying. So
I've had this
Once I finally
conversation.
got to it,
Yeah, I've had this conversation recently with a friend who just finally started watching the Superman movie. He's like, I'm really not getting this. I think I'm missing something. He's really.
no, you ain't missing nothing, man.
I'm like, no, that's about right.
That's what it is. It's a movie, not a film. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I finished watching it, begrudgingly
Mhm.
against myself, right? Against my better judgment. Just finished watching it. Okay. Tolerate. I get by all the, little jokey stuff. James Gunn, talking robots, quirky, right? Whatever. Everything has to be quirky. The dog's going wild. Isn't he so cute?
Mhm.
And then I watched Man of Steel,
Mhm.
which I didn't have, a massively favorable opinion of from the outset, because I'm like, it starts out heavy CGI and everything, even though you have Kevin Costner and Russell Crowe both as the
father figures.
very different. Since your episode is titled "Hero's Journey," it's like the Heavenly Father and the Earthly Father, but it's reversed since it's Superman. So it's that one just made it better to me. And little criticisms I had of various characters and whatever else just faded away in light of the new Superman. I'm like, oh man, just that one is undisputedly better. Even if there was no what came after Man of Steel, was it Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, BVS. Yeah,
I not a fan of that one, but wait till the next wait till the Batman comes out in 2027 or whatever.
Yeah, the Batman 2.
I mean the main whatever they're trying to.
Oh, they're Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for me, Man of Steel was good. I don't have a problem with Zack Snyder or Christopher Nolan. And those were the people who gave you the realistic take on Superman. I actually like the Superman with Henry Cavill. I didn't think he saved enough people, but one of the things I went back to and pointed out to people is that you realize that the movie is not called Superman. It's Man of Steel. He's not Superman yet. And the joke that we make around here about it is like, dude, this is your worst first day on the job ever. Because that's what it is. It's Superman day one, dude. You just got hired. Save the planet. Like, I don't know how to do this. This is the first time I'm using these powers like this.
He's a mess from being a child. His vision is out of control. And what do you think of Smallville?
I love Smallville.
So did I.
I love Smallville.
So I'm just thinking of the Heat vision, right?
Right.
She's the very attractive teacher.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite episodes.
Woman. Yeah. So, and she's like got the mating rituals of some insects or something pulled up on a screen, and
they were going over sex education.
Yeah.
And he got the hot teacher in there, and the heat it's a hot day in Smallville, and the teacher's in there.
Heat wave, I believe it was called, right?
Yeah, he had heat vision, and it's just start spurting out like he's jizzing.
Okay, I was wondering what I could say.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that wasn't that cool. I mean, that was neat. No, some people, I don't know. Some people have very strong opinions on stuff, and they I don't know. They're very awkward about stuff. They can't just chill.
Yeah, I'm a grown up. It was funny. I watched that show with my children, and that was one of the more funnier episodes that we had a laugh as a family about, because the best part about that episode was Jonathan Kent, Rob Schneider, takes his son outside and said, I want you to think about what you were thinking about while you were in the class. He's kind of like, I can't do it while you're watching, Dad. He said, okay. So Jonathan goes over somewhere else, and then Clark is standing there looking at the scarecrow, and he's like, this is whatever her name was, and the heat vision, pop, 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 pop. And Jonathan looks over and sees the scarecrow burning. He's like, thought so. It's fucking puberty, dude.
Right, exactly.
I just don't think about sex. That triggers my heat vision. Like,
And
yeah, that would work.
so, did you ever hear that Christopher Reeves had said he wanted Tom Welling to be, the next Superman.
Yeah, so did I.
That would have been great. As I recall, the last Superman Tom Welling appearance was, man, that guy got buff as all hell. And what do we have now? It's like doesn't compare at all. So
Yeah,
what
phone
I'm saying
patty.
is, so this guy Tom Welling, he the last appearance I believe was in a TV crossover, right?
Yeah,
One of the CW things.
Crisis. This is the Crisis series in the Arrowverse.
And did he have the hot wife?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, but I believe he gave up his powers. That was the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, they could have really had something. Instead, they picked the guy from I think Teen Wolf.
Yeah, they picked Brandon.
Then I tried to watch a bit of that, and it was almost like a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I was just laughing the first 2 episodes the whole time. I don't know. It was too serious.
Yeah,
Trying to be too serious for a little teen thing, but
for Smallville, everybody wanted Tom Welling to be Superman. If DC would have played it correctly, they had a whole generation who grew up on watching Smallville. That show ran for what 7, 8 seasons or something like that.
Something, yeah.
So people were really invested in Smallville, Tom Welling, all those characters. Having him become Superman in the movies should have been a natural lock where you bring those fans into the movies. They didn't do that. They gave Superman Returns to Bryan Singer and they brought in Brandon Routh.
Right.
And that was the first time we got a Superman that was like a fucking stalker, hiding in the bushes, looking in little kids, walls and shit. Like,
yeah.
So he is an absentee parent.
So
he kind of a stalker. Like, what the? What is this
appearance?
Yeah,
and that's as far as I could see the character. Well, and I liked Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor.
Kevin Spacey.
I thought that was pretty good. This guy as Lex Luthor now doesn't fit with me at
Nicholas
all.
Hoult. I like Nicholas Hoult. I did enjoy his Lex Luthor a little bit, but this is still in that same frame as like you have to look at these people as like millennials. And if you look at them as millennials, it kind of works. But Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor is not all that different to me than Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. It's just not.
Oh,
it's not that damn different than me.
I see what you're saying.
And I think that's the biggest thing with this Superman movie, the James Gunn Superman movie, is that most people want to compare it to Man of Steel and BVS. It's like he basically pulled from both of those movies and put it into this one. Yeah. You know that, right? He gave you the same shit again. He just gave you the same thing again. Just mixed it up a little bit with more James Gunn sauce on it and threw it out there. Tried to play it safe. It's like,
yeah, that is what it felt like, playing it safe. I won't, mention any spoilers, but
it's been out too long. It's spoiled. It's like,
well, the other guy he fights is like,
yeah.
I'm really worn out of tons of CGI type stuff. So none of the Green Lantern stuff landed with me. Never mind his little humor, everything's just a little joke. And everybody knows he's Superman. Everybody knows he's Clark Kent.
Yeah, this was part of a conversation I had with my friend about could we be getting too much of James Gunn, and I was pointing out to him. I said possibly yes, because he's writing all this stuff. But if you have 3 different shows and it's the same archetype or characters, 5 characters in every show, because they're all written by the same guy, you're going to get a lot of crossover with the same quippy,
same tropes,
asshole jokes, and it's not going to be funny anymore. It works in an isolation in one thing, but if you have the same character,
Star-Lord, Yeah.
in every single thing. It's like it's the same archetype, dude. You're writing the same shit. It's not even creative at this point now. You're just giving me more of the same with a different skin on it.
Well, like you said, with gun sauce, right?
Mhm.
Just mix this with that and put a little gun sauce all over it. Now, I was honestly expecting them to dance at some point, someone to dance at some point, like,
And that's what I was going to say next. If you had Guy
and the
Gardner
music
break
score
out and
was
start
okay,
dancing, it wouldn't have been a surprise, right? It wouldn't have been a
right?
surprise. If Guy started dancing, you would have been like, okay, it's
Or if he
Green
just
Star.
if he's just like, ooh, I just walloped that kaiju, I just
Mhm.
gave him an uppercut, woo, he's
Right.
in the air, just all of a sudden, just yeah, I could see that too, but yeah, man, this floating on wires thing is bugging me. The massive amounts of CGI is bugging me.
Mhm.
Uh, and forget Superman. As a kid, yeah, love Christopher Reeve Superman.
Mhm.
But as I got older, I'm like, I prefer Batman to Superman. Superman has all the advantages of everything. Batman has to use his wits. So
Mhm.
I'm wanting. I'm very curious to see what comes out with Brave and the Bold, or
Mhm.
whatever the hell they think they're going to do, because this Lex Luthor is very see I believe my age makes me a millennial, but
Mhm.
probably on the very far end or whatever, right? But
Okay. Yeah. So you're in that millennial Z group.
I guess. So so when I look at this Lex Luthor guy and he's all slim and everything, I'm thinking he has to bulk up by the next movie, and so does the Superman guy. And the Superman guy is in swim trunks on a beach, in a candid photo or something. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's not Superman. That's not Superman. He doesn't even do like 100 push-ups a day or something. He's
Well, that's the
trying.
thing. That's the thing with having this Superman so soon after Henry Cavill is that to me, for Man of Steel,
Well,
Henry
I'm not
Cavill
asking
looked
you.
like fucking Superman. Yeah,
Yes.
he looked like Superman. He was cut and big like Jesus Christ. That's Superman. But I didn't buy his Clark Kent because Clark Kent looked too big. Right.
Yes.
This guy, okay, I can buy his Clark Kent
Yeah.
as goofy as he looks.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
the Superman in the standing around in the suit, okay, yeah, he kind of looks like a Superman, but he doesn't look like much of anything. He doesn't.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, no, you make the perfect point, which everything I've been saying is like, I guess Henry Cavill can't physically tone himself down,
No.
like slump back or something, right? And that's the millennial type deal. It's like,
Mhm.
just minimize yourself, and then you're just like diminutive, right?
You're right.
Just like all of a sudden you're nothing, and
You
you
hunch.
got
Yeah,
you
you hunch
got
a
your
bit.
hair all just like dorked up, and you're just, like bumping through the crowd, even
Mhm.
though you have the weight of what you would know, physically you would know what Superman is. You're the
Mhm.
comic guy here, but like if anybody bumped into him on the pathway into him walking into the Daily Planet late,
Yeah, it hit the ground.
yeah, they would be very like bruised, at least
Mhm.
injured, bloody, something. No,
Yeah,
he's just skirting around everybody. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah.
Like,
It'd
yeah,
be like
he play good
it'd be
Clark
like
Kent,
running full speed into a building. Like, what the
but
fuck?
that's a fair assessment. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
but
Jesus.
no, and I initially I thought the casting was gonna be pretty good, but uh, I watched a few episodes of the Dean Cain, Terry
Mhm.
Hatcher,
Yeah,
um,
good show.
Lois and Clark, and
Yep.
I'm like, okay, but if they go for the dynamic that she has, Terry Hatcher has, if they
Mhm.
go for that dynamic, that Lois Lane is going to be horrible. And I had only seen this Rachel
Brosnahan. Yeah.
Brosnan. I'd only seen her in one show before, one episode of one show before. She was extremely annoying. and she had impeccable breasts. And I was like, that could be Lois Lane. Then they just gave her black hair and just had her.
Yeah, just frumped her up. Like
Yeah.
she was the most unremarkable Lois Lane I have ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. And
Unremarkable. I'm like, this is extra regular Lois. This is not even.
so, well, I don't know. That could start me on a whole spiral of like, what is the yeah, all right, what is this? Well,
Yeah.
what is with the
1 second here.
Deep-
It says, "What's up, Cyrus?"
women? Deep beautification.
Yeah. What's up, Cyrus? He said, "Notice how the fans of my adventures with Superman animated show have been capping for this version of Superman the hardest. Yeah, the new era of Superman got wimpy Gen Z and millennials hooked. Look, Cyrus. I've said this before. I said this to Black Bane recently. They can have it. They can have it. I have Christopher Reeve. I got Tom Welling. I got George Reeves. I'm good. It's yours
We have
now.
a whole catalog we can go.
Yeah,
down.
we got a whole catalog of other Superman. You can have this one. Fine. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, that's kind of the approach I've taken with a lot of things, especially with that My Adventures with Superman
Yeah, I didn't even watch that one.
animated show. I do like some of the animated movies. Have you seen any that were good that you thought were?
A few of them are actually really good. I can say this about DC animation. They do a good job on the DC animation. And if the DC film division actually listened or followed suit with the DC animated, they could take any one of those DC animated shows and turn it into a live action movie, and it'll make you $1 billion because they're a lot better. They're a lot better done, but it's a different care if they follow it. It's a lot different care taken with the animation than is taken with the film, because the films, to me, the studios are all about trying to make money off of this shit, trying to market it, merchandise it, whatever. The animation is trying to make a good product. That's it. They're trying to make a good product that's kind of true to the source material, and that's what they put out. And that's usually works a lot better than the DC films, because the film division is going into it with a different mind state completely. They don't necessarily give a damn about a good product. They just want something to sell.
Okay.
And if the dummies run in there to watch it, good. We got their money. We ain't giving it back.
They could be sticking to, like what's tried and true, like the original source material, like say the Justice League, Flashpoint animated. I don't know. There's about 3 or 4 different movies around that time. Flashpoint animated, and I thought all of those were real. And like you said, if they were done to detail, live action, proper casting, proper simple outfitting, right? And I don't know. I don't know. You just made me think of the Flash, because the animated stuff is like they nailed the Flash perfectly in the animated stuff, or near perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Then you have this other Flash, and you're using logic. There's no such thing in Hollywood.
Yeah. Look, Hollywood has one product that they sell, and it's movies. They don't necessarily care if they're really good. They just need to sell them. They just need to get you into the theater. As long as they got you into the theater, the movie can be shit and a half. As long as they got you into the theater to buy that ticket, it doesn't matter. They'll give you another one. If they give you a shitty movie and it does big numbers, they'll give you another one.
Yeah.
Because they're just looking at the numbers in the box office. Right? So Superman, you could say he made a lot of money. He didn't make what they wanted it to make, but he made a lot of money. You're going to get another one regardless.
Oh, definitely.
You're going to get another one regardless. And it will be varying grades of possible shit, because it's going to be the same dude who wrote this one. So you're going to get another one. Before that, you're going to get Supergirl. I don't think James Gunn is writing the Supergirl movie, but it's the Supergirl that he wants to use. He's in charge of the
man.
studio. So it
yeah,
could be really interesting.
and you saw the images of the of him in the the writing room. Oh, these are all my writers, and it's like, yeah, there's a few very bad apples there that probably.
Well, that happened to me before when I was watching this behind the scenes thing on Lucasfilms, and they were showing their writing room. I'm like, oh shit, this is who's writing this stuff. Oh my god, this is going to be terrible. But I saw way too much pink hair, nose rings, and all kind of stuff in there. I'm like, holy shit. And the stuff they produced was exactly that. I said, this is about true. Okay. This is about true. But I'm over my time.
I think it's about equity, right? They're trying to, level the playing field by giving the disenfranchised social justice type voice in terms of art, which is what everybody gets. Which is what we get in Hollywood, as your chat said.
Yeah.
You gotta go?
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go ahead and check out. Nice but yeah, I had a nice chat. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you coming through, giving a little conversation back. Yeah, you can watch any of the old streams, see the bullshit I get up to here. They're usually long. This is probably like the shortest hero's journey I've done, because I'm keeping it to 2 hours because I have to get out of here. But usually they go pretty long, probably about at least 5 hours or so.
Oh wow! Yeah, I just got off 5 hours.
Yeah, see, so the marathon streams.
Yeah, I thought I'd hop on, and it's been a great chat. Thank you for having me. Peace and love to the chat.
Yep.
Peace and love to yourself. I will see you again at some point, sir.
All right. Have a good one, Rev. Appreciate you. That was the Reverend Self-Destruct coming through the chat for the first time. Like you said, like I've told you guys, everybody's welcome. You got an opinion. He liked Alien Earth so far. I didn't get out of him what he liked about Alien Earth, but look, you like what you like. I just found it lacking in some areas. And that was just, for me, watching it, like, wasn't really doing it for me. But I do have to get out of here. It is, 10 o'clock here? Just about 10:30 here. Checkout time is at 11. I do like to get out of the places on time and get myself some breakfast and some coffee. Maybe I'll pull up a late stream when I get home. Today it's not that far from Reno to home, about 3-4 hours. So by the time I get home, maybe I'll fire up another stream and we can do a part 2. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. And when I go live, because I do it randomly sometimes, you will you'll get that alert, and then you can come through. So thank you guys for coming through this morning. Shout out to Malika, Cyrus, Rev Self-Destruct, AB Media. I did say Cyrus already, to Triv, Andre, Studios through here. I hope your daughter's birthday was lit. Ilongo, Dr. Rosie. Peace to all y'all coming through. I'm going to get out of here. This has been the Artisan MC. It's been the Hero's Journey. I do this every Sunday, 8 a.m. Pacific time, until I feel like stopping, or talk about geekdom, life, and everything in between. You guys have a good day. Peace.